Welcome to Seven Trumpets Prepper, and guys, welcome to another edition of my tiny house build. In this video today, I'm going to show you how to do tongue and groove, okay, with the laminate floor. Okay, this stuff is actually laminate floor that should be on the floor. You can actually use for tongue and groove on the walls. And the great deal about this is you don't have to do no staining, you don't have to do no clear coating, you don't have to do nothing. You just chunk the mess up and be done. Alright, now first off, I want to say that when doing this, I left this piece right here a moment. This is just cedar trim, okay? Now I'm going to actually rip that down half the width of what it is, right? But, you know, you can get this stuff pretty close and then just trim it out in the end like normal trim would be put into place anyway. And so, you know, the end result is very clean and crisp. And the good thing about the cedar is also, you know, it blends into this very nicely. Now, I'll put a link for Home Depot where you can get this wood. They have it, the laminate, they have it in a dark and a light. I'm going to use the dark for the floor. So, you know, that way it's kind of offset. Now, so, to begin with, what are you going to need in order to do this? Well, first off, if you're doing this in a tiny house on 2x4 walls, all right, the good thing about it is it's very stiff, okay? I mean, very stiff, very hard. All right, so it's not going to, like, weeble wobble on the walls with it. It's not also going to flex going down the road either if you do 16-inch on center walls. That's a good thing about that. So, now, what you want to get is liquid nails, project construction adhesive. It's good stuff. Water cleanup. You get this in your shirt or work wear or whatever while you're working. As long as you get it wet and clean pretty quick, it'll come out. So, that's why I use that. Plus, once it's behind the wall, I ain't worried about it because when it hardens, you'll have this end result right here. Good solid bond. I mean, that's solid. And now the way you nail this, okay, I'm going to show you right here. I'm going to put one up for an example. Is you're going to take a piece, and when you put this in, you'll just start like you would with the instructions of the floor in the far right corner and work your way right to left, just like you would if you're reading Hebrew, right to left. Now, the way it goes is you can do one of two things. You can see here how I've nailed that in, and you can see the nail sticks out just a wee bit. You can take a nail set and knock that on in, and once you do, your laminate will lock in place, because if you don't ahead of time, you'll have that issue. But now pretty much you just lock that in place, put your liquid nail behind, and then nail through up there like so. And I'll get the nailer here and do just that so that you see an example of this. Now this is the top nailer I use, the Airstrike by Ryobi. Really impressed with its quality. Take it, son. Forgive me because I'm one-handing this. And when I nail this, the way that I nail it is I go up, angled into it, but kind of down. And you can see right there how it ends up, okay? Sorry about that, I missed on that first one, guys. Okay, now, excuse me, I've got it dusty in here. I cut this window earlier today to get it neat for the trim, and the wall, of course, going up around it. It's like ridiculously dusty. All right, so at this point, I'll borrow this master lock for a minute because I don't have my hammer in here with me. And the way that I usually do this is I just angle it inwards like so, and I try to drive it down into the wood. Now I'm going to set my phone down for just a second, nail this in, I'll show you. And there you can see. And now if you do it like that, it locks the board against the wall, plus it lets the glue spread good behind it. And you don't have to do that sometimes, depending on your joints. Sometimes the nailer will nail it up good, really good and seam, but most of the time, depending on your air setting, it'll leave it out just a little bit, and that's good because you can actually nail set it in place. It takes a little bit of effort, but I mean the end result is beautiful. And that's the length of nails that I've used with this. Is DeWalt, right there, 18 gauge DeWalt nails, and they're 1 inch. That's the ones that I've used with this, and the end result is very clean. You can do nice seams just like you would on the floor. Get some light on this here where you can see it good, and the end result is just very, very nice, I think. And cost-wise, compared to tongue and groove, a $20 pack, okay, of tongue and groove. If you got that at Home Depot or Lowe's, you're talking covering an area like right here and over. Maybe that's it. I mean, it ain't gonna go far. These boxes right here of the Traffic Master, and this is the laminate floor right here, okay, Traffic Master. They got a 15-year warranty on it. All right, laminate flooring. There's 9 pieces in each box, okay? Well, all you have to do is do simple math here. There's a portion of a piece, 2 almost full, or 1 full-length piece and a portion of one. So there's 1, 2, 3. So you've covered this whole segment right there for 20 bucks, compared to 20 bucks for the very, very thin, just tiny, I don't even think it's a 1/4 inch. It's an 1/8 inch. Yeah, I think it's 1/8 inch tongue and groove. Just that stuff's 20 bucks, and it only covers just like, well, I'll tell you, before I ripped it off, I got a portion of the way up this wall right here. This little tiny wall here in between the bathroom where the door is leaned up right there. That little area, just up to that. 20 bucks is all it got me. This wall right here, you know, I've got maybe 45, 50 bucks worth of wood on the wall right there, and it covered that whole wall. The whole thing. I've got up over the fender wells and all that stuff, where the fridge is going to sit. So, I mean, I think it's a very cost-effective, economical, forgive me, way of getting it done. And you can do a lot of stuff with it, and that way, you know, you can trim it later. Like this right here was built-in, a built-in bench with storage boxes, and you see the end result on that. All that's left is just trim that out now. Same thing up around the window, putting trim around that right now. And, you know, it's going to save you a lot of heartache and cost in the end, I think. And it looks very clean. It's very clean edges. And if you get this stuff dirty, it's going to be easy to wipe down, because you can take a Swiffer, the little Swiffer pad thing, and wipe your walls. You know, easily clean up. I just think another thing is, last thing I'll note is, if you use tile in your tiny house, okay, I'll be making a separate video about this, but if you use tile, now you can clean this stuff up if you grout it with white silicone. They make a cleaner. What me and Nikki's found, though, is if you blue tape it to the seams and then you do it, you can run that, smear that through, and then pull the blue tape. It looks like grout when it's done, but it'll flex. It won't break going down the road, and just a lot better turnout than what we did with the bathroom, I think. So guys, that's oh, and the seam, what I was getting with that is, if you use a 1/4 inch ply, and then you put these tile up on the wall, anywhere that you do that, if you're using this type of flooring, like I've said, you will have exact seams together by doing it that way. All right, so just keep that in mind. So if you're doing transitions in kitchens or bathrooms or anything like that, that tile width, that these stick-on tiles that can be grouted, if you do it with that and then a 1/4 inch ply, then the width of the paneling, you come out about exact, and that way your trim pieces ain't like weeble wobble looking on it. So just some notes on that. Guys, I hope that's a help to you. I hope it's a cost-saving measure to help you get a tiny house done. I've tried to, you know, log this stuff as we've been building it, because, you know, when this tiny house is done, I think I'll have $12,000 to $13,000 in it. It's a 22-foot tiny house. Most tiny house builders, they start from the high 30,000s and can go 40, 50s for something this length. And now granted, some of the Mindy's probably going to be a lot nicer than what I've done. But, you know, you can do this economical, cost-effective, and have something put back for yourself. So I hope that's a help to you. Until we see again here on the next build video, we'll be covering tile and grouting it, doing the floor and all that. That'll be the next one coming up. So until we see again, I hope you have a most blessed day in Yahushua name.